Hello, welcome to, my name is Sparky, and I will be doing a playthrough of Total War Warhammer 2, a Lizardman Campaign. I have played a lot of the first one, only ever beat it with the Dwarves or the Empire. Excuse me. And this will be, I'm very excited to play this. I have been looking forward to this since the announcement. I will probably never play a mega campaign. For those of you who don't know what the mega campaign is, you add the maps from the first one and all the factions, and they add it to the second one. So it is a massively large game if you do a mega campaign. Now, I'm not doing a mega campaign. I'm going to turn this down just a little. I'm also going to turn it down in here. There we go. So that should be fine. I did do a test stream and a couple of test things just to make sure it would run and that sort of thing. So let's go ahead. New campaign. They've got the elves, the lizardmen, the dark elves, and the skaven. And this one, or skaven, whichever you prefer. I go with skaven. We're going to do Lord Mazdamundi. Each race has unique attributes, and each leader has unique effects. For Mazdamundi, I will start with a -10 for diplomatic relations, but the construction costs for the Star Chamber are halved. My right costs are 30% cheaper, and I get an extra mage priest. In addition, that's for the faction. Temple Guard units, their upkeep, not their initial cost, but their upkeep is halved. So I'll probably be doing quite a few Temple Guard. Race attributes, Geomantic Web, special spawnings, and beasts. So dinosaurs, come on. Who doesn't want to play a game with dinosaurs? And we'll start, and I will be quiet during the opening cinematic. So let us begin.
Since the days of creation, the reptiles have dominated the jungle continent of Lustria. The ignorant call the creatures Lizardmen. The wise know them as defenders of the world. In ages past, the Old Ones had a plan. But then the stellar gates collapsed, the Old Ones fled, and demons flooded the mortal plane. Led by the Slann, the Lizardmen fought the demons that surged across Lustria. Yet, it was the elves that created the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphoned the world of chaos, withering demonkind. The world was saved, but the vortex endures only because it is bolstered by the power of the Slann, via the Great Warding. If the warding should fail, the demons will return.
The forked tongue of Sotek hangs low in the sky. The Slann have felt it. Now I see it. Brighter, clearer. Its hiss disturbs the winds of magic. Yoked dark rags, the sacred plaques. one prophecy shines above all others. Vortex of the warm bloods. But the full meaning cannot be deciphered. If our master will not wake, we journey to the city of the sun.
Lord Mazdamundi is now fully roused and ready to enact his interpretation of the Great Plan. The spawnings are gathering at the City of the Sun, for he senses a disturbance in the geomantic web surrounding Hexawaddle, his capital. Communing telepathically with his fellow Slan, Mazdamundi learns of the invasion of his jungles by an army of tribal warmbloods. The warmbloods in question are worshippers of the ancient enemy from the colony of Skeggy, notorious savages who dwell. Mystic. Gotta read faster. Premonitions of correcting evil have come upon us, Slan, my children. The great plan is in peril. Plaque of the old ones must be sought. Only the wisdom of our ancient forefathers can show us the way. The comet has driven the warmbloods to madness. Turn your keen eyes against those that raise our jungles and steal our relics. Their eradication must come first. Those that trespass against the great plan must suffer the consequences, my children. The will of the old ones must be fulfilled. Oh, and we're in. So, like I said, I just played a practice game. And here's a bunch of reading that I'm going to skip. Zoom in, zoom out. It's been a while since I've played. And we have a mission. Ensure that one of the following buildings have been construction. Temple Precinct. Alright, well, let's... mission capture and occupy some belonging to this Skeggy. Well, I know who we'll be wiping out first. Alright, so for those of you who have never played Total Warhammer, Total Warhammer? I'll just call it Total Warhammer. It is turn-based, there is a strategic view, and when armies clash, it goes into a tactical view where you actually control the army. Each building has a certain amount of slots. Capitals get the most. Smaller settlements only usually get 4. In addition, some buildings can only go up. Like, the spawning pools of the Chosen must be in a level 3 area. So either a level 3 capital or a level 3 settlement. But settlements can only go to level 3. Whereas, here it is. The Old One Monument, you would need a level 4. So it almost has to be built in the capital to get the full effect of the building once it's max upgraded. And we're going to start with also building a extinct favela. So this is going to be money generated because money is good. My starting units, I get a Bastillodon, a Solar Engine. So I'm gonna, can I pin that? No, that's just that. It's armored, armor piercing, and melee, which is good, causes terror. It has a beam of Chotec. I've never seen that, so it'll be interesting to see what it is. We have Skinks. The way the Lizardmen usually play there are Sauruses and Skinks. Sauruses are usually your frontline fighters. They're big, they're tough, they're strong. They can usually take damage. They have good leadership, and they can usually deal a decent amount of damage. Your Skinks are usually, they're smaller. They're their version of goblins. So they're smaller, they're faster, but they usually have poor leadership. But they usually do a decent amount of damage. And as you can see, let's see if I can pin this. As you can see, you know, our javelin Skinks are shielded, so they have a chance of blocking arrows. They have, poison attacks, and they're aquatic, whatever that means. And then they have a whole bunch of stats and hit points. It's not 6,000 per skink. These are all like units of anywhere between, we'll say, 50 to 100 men, or possibly more. Whereas the Bastillodon is probably, it tells you right here. So there's 120 men in this, and a skink cohort javelin. It's an entity in unit size. Ammunition 3. Alright. From what I have gathered, and I don't know if this is true, someone can confirm in comments, that's fine. Disprove in comments, that's fine. Because I always see people say, oh, it's just random, just ignore it. I don't think it's random. What they mean for ammunition is, I think if you times that number by 3, so 3, if they were to just attack for for as long as possible at range before they run out of ammunition, I think that means it's about, a little lower, maybe a little higher, of roughly 30 seconds of continuous fire. So it's this number times 10 for about how many seconds of continuous fire that unit would have. And then, like I said, there's bunches of stats and that sort of thing. But we're going to get right into it. We're going to get into this first fight. A setup right here. We're going to move. Yeah. So we're going to move and attack the Monolith of the Fallen Gods. We're going to move to the Ziggurat of Doom. And then we're going to wipe out the Skeggy. And then, as much as I would love to make friends with, who are these guys? The New World Colonies. Excuse me. The plan is going to be to wipe them out too. As you can see, actually I don't know if you can see, but Hexoatl has like a zone of control. And that is this area. I don't know if you can see. If I zoom in, here we go. There's like a yellow line and a gray line. The yellow line's the zone of control for my faction. There are only certain buildings and abilities that can be used if you control all the capital and the monuments. Sorry, and the settlements in an area. So in order to make the maximum use of my capital, I need to take out the Monolith of the Fallen Gods. Sorry. And the Ziggurat of Dawn. And I want to get rid of the Skeggy. So I'm going to take that. But in order to make maximum use of Skeggy, I also need to take out Port Reaver and Swamp Town. So I don't think I'm going to be able to make friends with this faction, the New World Colonies, unfortunately. So the plan is to go in, attack, and take out the fallen Monolith of the Fallen Gods, and we'll see how that goes. Alright. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next video.